we are going to be doing the Crux Epicure. And what is the rum we're doing today?
Appleton Estate Signature Blend Rum from Jamaica.
Well, all right. This is the 9th cigar created by Crux. Honestly, I've really been getting into Crux a lot lately. I've been enjoying a lot of their cigars. This is an all Nicaraguan cigar, so that means everything on here is basically Nicaraguan. The filler, the binder are all Nicaraguan. The wrapper on it is actually Ecuadorian, which is Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper on it. So in this you're going to find a lot of sweet cream, a little bit of vanilla almost. It's not a flavored cigar, but this is the kind of flavors you're actually going to get off it. It actually has like a bready taste almost to it.
It does have like a yeastiness to it.
Yeah. It's almost going to taste kind of like toasty once you get into it a little bit. You're going to also get the sweet cedar and a little bit of spice with almost a pepper on the back end. So
yeah, I mean, before you light the cigar, you automatically, just smelling the cigar, you get a lot of cedar, a lot of kind of a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of cedar. I like that in a milder cigar, just because it still has some sort of a flavor and aroma to it. It kind of reminds me of Avo or some of the Dunhill lighter style cigars. I would say it's a mild to medium so far. After lighting it and taking a few puffs, you're right, it does have that cedar, a little bit of spice, a little bit of that kind of toasted flavors coming through so far. And I think it's pretty good smoke.
Yeah,
so far.
As you guys have known from watching these videos, I'm not a fan of light cigars. I like big, bold flavors. However, that being said, I will gladly smoke this cigar. After I've had a really big, heavy meal, and you don't really want to have that nice, heavy cigar, I would definitely go for this.
We're pairing this with Appleton Estate rum. This particular rum is from Jamaica. It is a blended rum, meaning that it's a blend of aged rums. This one does not have an age designation. This is our kind of entry-level rum. It is an average of 4 years aging among the 15 rums that are blended in. This will be kind of a lighter style, fruitier, more fruit-forward rum, citrusy, some pineapple, and got a nice caramel color to it. Makes for a good cocktail or a nice light style rum when you're drinking it on the rocks. And just the aromas of it, it's just very, very light. It doesn't have a super sweet, it's kind of a mid-sweet palate to it. And like I said, it's meant for using as a base for cocktails for the most part, or just drinking easily on the rocks with something like a milder style cigar. This works really well just because it's not going to have as much molasses flavor as some of the heavier rums, and it'll not overwhelm the cigar with sweetness and sugar. So we're going to give this a try and see what we think of it. And the factory actually is in Nassau region of Jamaica, so it's kind of more inland, not anywhere near the beach, man.
Let's not do that again.
I'll try not to. So on the palate, I'm getting a lot of citrus flavors, orange peel, tropical notes for sure on the rum. It's got a little bit of vanilla on the back end, which kind of gets emphasized when you take a puff of the cigar. That's what I'm finding, kind of more on the back of the palate. The cigar's lighter, kind of toasty notes are bringing out some vanilla flavors, to me at least, in the rum. But right off the bat, when it touches your tongue, it's citrus.
Yeah,
for me.
I can really taste all the different kinds of citrus. It actually almost tastes like, it has a little bit of orange in it, has a little bit of something else, a couple other citrusy, but you can really, like when you smell it, you can smell the orange almost.
Absolutely.
The vanilla, I mean, both of these complement each other so well on that.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are, about a quarter of the way down. What are you thinking so far?
So far, so good. I mean, this thing is holding the ash really well. Nice, pretty straight burn on it. Not having any problems on the draw by any means. So the construction of the cigar is actually a really good construction. Flavor-wise, it's retaining the same flavors so far. You know, nice toastiness, kind of a yeasty dough flavor. Gives you a nice creamy mouthfeel to it.
Yeah. I'm noticing it's really odd because you'll pull the smoke into your mouth, but it's on the exhale that you actually feel a little bit of that pepper in it almost, at like the very back of the tongue. So it's a little different than most cigars.
Yeah, it's got more of a kind of a white pepper than a black pepper.
Yeah,
you know, where it's a little bit kind of drier of a flavor of a peppery.
It's not a very pronounced flavor of pepper. It's just a light hint of it in the back.
Yeah, it's got some good complexity to it for being a milder. Like I say, I would consider it mild to medium. You know, not super mild by any means. Somebody who's just starting off smoking cigars can handle it because it's not that strong.
Yeah.
But also somebody like ourselves who kind of like that fuller body, heavier cigars, can appreciate it as not being too light.
Yeah. There's a lot of the light ones that you're going to get that are absolutely just bland. Yeah. There's nothing memorable about them. There's nothing that you sit there and go, man, I really want to have another one. With this one, if you hand me another one tomorrow, I'll smoke it with you. You know, I got no issue with that. Whereas a lot of the other ones, you hand me one tomorrow, I'll be like, I'm good.
Yeah, and I like the creaminess that you get. It gives you a little bit of a salivation in your mouth that makes you want to take a drink, makes you want to have another hit. It invites you to continue, whereas some, like when we had a Maker's Mark cigar, that Ted's cigar, that just left you with cotton mouth.
Yeah.
And
it was amazing cottonmouth too.
It was like for the whole day.
Yeah.
And so it did not invited you to put the cigar out and drink some water. And so this is definitely giving you more of a kind of a creamy mouthfeel and making you want to kind of continue on. And I like that. It's got a little bit of a chew to it in a way.
All right. So here we are at the end. We've had our rum. We're finishing up our cigars. What do you think about them, Tomas?
You know, this cigar stayed consistent all the way through. I mean, the ash held well. The construction is really good on the cigars. It's a nice mild to medium body, like I said before. Great with the rum. Towards the end, I'm about maybe a quarter of the way toward left of the cigar. I did say get a little bit of bitterness and a little bit of the ash flavor, which is kind of typical with a milder cigar. You know, you're going to get some of that burn because that part of the cigar has been exposed to all that smoke drawn through it. And so you will start tasting some of the ash on a milder cigar. But for the most part, it's a good cigar. It's actually a nice, easy smoke. It hasn't been overwhelming by any means. I've refilled my glass about 4 times. So, you know, the cigar held up well. The rum just opened up with tropical flavors.
Yes.
I mean, I was getting some papaya flavors, some guava, some pineapple, lots of citrus, orange peel. It's a good rum.
Okay, so, you know, yeah, we're at the end. It stayed very consistent, as you can see, completely across. It is almost straight. You can almost cut that with a razor. With this rum, absolutely wonderful. I'm feeling great. You say you get the ash. I haven't tasted the ash a whole lot. So, for me, it's actually a really nice one. But that's just me. Yeah. With this rum, absolutely great. Yeah, I'm getting all those very fruit flavors in there. Yes, it's causing a lot of saliva to go in your mouth with the flavors and everything. Absolutely a great time. Again, I'm not a fan of light cigars, but I would smoke this.
Yeah, when the time calls for it, this is the one. This is one of the ones to go.
Yeah,
at $10.
Yeah, with a heavy meal, you don't want a heavy cigar. So, after a heavy dinner, grab one of these. Have a good time.
Like I said, even if you're like at a pool or doing something kind of light and casual, you don't want a heavy cigar for that either.
That's
you
true.
know, this is a great summertime cigar when the weather's warm. You want something kind of light. It's great for after a heavy meal. It's a great cigar to go with rum. I highly recommend the rum pairing. I don't think it would be as good if you were to go with a scotch.
Or even a whiskey,
Or
I think would be a
any
little
other
much.
whiskeys would overpower the cigar. I think a nice light style, fruit forward rum was a great call on this cigar.
Yes. I would actually call this, I got a couple of buddies of mine who like to call these breakfast cigars. It's a great way to start your day.
True.
It's not heavy. It's, you wake up and you're just kind of getting around and getting ready, and it's like, you know what? I want a cigar. Great. Light one of these up. You get a lot of great flavors, a lot of easy flavors on this. Nothing real complex, but you can definitely tell the different flavors in the cigar.
Yeah, it's identifiable. It has body. It has a good aroma to it. It's not skunky by any means. It gives you a nice tobacco aroma in the room, and it's definitely very, like you say, yeasty, kind of warm flavors, tobacco, cedar, a little bit of spice. I'm liking it.
It's a memorable cigar. It's one that you're actually going to sit there. You know what? I had one of those one time, because I'm sure you have also had those cigars that you're sitting there going, what was that one I smoked the other day? I can't remember. This is one that you're like, you know what? That Epicure was really good.
Yeah, I can see myself craving this cigar at some point.
Yeah.
Saying, you know what, I feel like having one of those Epicures.
Yeah. Okay, so draw. What would you say on this?
Not a single issue with the draw. I give it a solid 10.
Yeah, definitely. I would give a 10 to that draw on it. It's so easy. And so, what about the taste on this thing?
Taste, like I said, I mean, for what it is and what to expect for it, it has good body. It has good flavors. I would put it at 8-9 as a mild cigar on the top end for a milder style cigar.
Exactly. I'm going to stick with you on that 8 to 9 on these. When you're considering a mild cigar, yeah, definitely an 8 or 9. The burn on this thing, I'm going to give that a solid 10 because, I mean, it didn't draw in. It just stayed consistent.
Yeah.
You got a nice draw on this. What about you?
I didn't have any issues. I mean, it's just a little bit of tunneling toward the end there. That's probably where I'm starting to get the ash flavor. But aside from that, it's razor straight. No problems at all.
And the aroma, honestly, we're sitting in here and I can smell it all day long. And even when you're taking that draw on it, it a little bit goes up your nose sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's not one of those ones you're like, oh, dude, that hurts. No, it actually doesn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, very nicely aromatic.
Yeah.
It's got a nice cedar smell to it. It's not skunky by any means.
So overall,
considering that it's a mild to medium cigar, I would put this in that category. I would put this as probably close to the top.
Yeah.
So I would say probably at least 8, 8.5.
See, and I'm going to go a little bit higher than you. When it comes to a mild cigar or even a light cigar, I would definitely call this a 9.5.
Nice.
So this is one I've smoked before. I'll smoke it again.
Yeah, I would definitely smoke this one again. And the rum, I actually really enjoy this rum. It's not the most complex, heavy molasses type of rum that you would want in most circumstances to be your sipping rum. But I enjoy the light aromatic flavors, the fruit forwardness of this rum going with this particular cigar.
Yeah. I can taste so many different flavors in here, and it's all citrus to me. It's absolutely a wonderful rum. And for this pairing of this cigar, definitely wonderful time. So for that, I'd give this rum even a 9.
Yeah, I give the rum a good solid 9 for sure.
All right, so from us here at Sip and a Smoke, cheers.
Cheers.
Have a good day, guys.